Hi, just giving a report on my April 12th round at Valley View Golf. Again, I do not seem to be able to break 50. I shot a 52. I have an 8 on there, which the funny thing is I got on in regulation. I got on in 4 and I 4-putted. So I don't do that too often. And another area that really hurt me is I had 2 3-putts and I had no 1-putts. I wasn't able to save par with my 1-putts like I've done a lot in the past. So, and I only hit 2 fairways and I had 0 greens in regulation. So I think it's really difficult to shoot well if you don't hit greens in regulations. Well, as you can see, it's cold and wet again. I can't complain because, everybody plays in cold and wet. Another thing, again, I can't complain. I was playing with a fresh cut on my finger, and it makes me admire what Tiger Woods did in that major at Torrey Pines with that. I think he had a busted leg or a bad knee. I don't remember. I don't see how he can, do that. And because I'm not able to play at a high level if I've got an injury at all. Another thing I tried that added strokes, we were, at Valley View, a lot of the holes are down in a valley, so you're really shielded from wind. So we got up on 18, which, is fully exposed to the wind. Storm was blowing in. So, a much better golfer than I got to the tee and tried to hit a low 3-iron on this par 5. And I said, I'll do it. I'll try it. And I tried to hit a low 3-wood, and I hit it 10 yards. Terrible. And then I tried to hit another low 3-wood and only got about 150 yards out of it. So I gave up trying to do that. Another thing I did several times, I was trying to be, too cute and too gentle, and I was in one sand trap, and I was afraid to blast out of there with a real vigorous swing because I didn't want to go too far. I chunked it. And then another chip on that same hole. No, wait a minute. It was the next hole on a par 3. And again, I'm really confused. I hit a club that I normally hit 160 yards, and it just smoked out to 180. It's like, what's going on here? So I was on the back of the green on a bad downhill lie, and I had to chip about 30 yards over a sand trap. And, do it all the time. I used one of my more lofted clubs. I figured it would spin and it would stop. But anyway, I blade the thing, goes right in the water. It was kind of funny because all 4 of us actually had a water penalty. I just did it the wrong. The other 3 did it, off the tee box. Another thing I realized by talking to a club making technician at Hareko Golf about, I have to switch to senior shafts now. He asked me 20 questions to see if I really needed to reshaft my clubs. And then he asked me this question that really caught my attention. What club have you hit really well in the past? And I told him it would be about a 10-year-old Ovation Tight Lies 5-wood. That was my favorite club. I could hit it far, and I can even draw it. I've hit that club in all kinds of situations where my best shot was to put it out in the fairway and draw it or even hook it, and I could do it with that club. So on the first hole at Valley View, it's a fairly long par 5, dog leg left. I had a pretty good drive, and I had, about 170, to the middle of the green. So I got this 5-wood out thinking, no problem. I hit my other 5-wood about 170, 180. So I hit it, and the dang thing jumps out there and goes 200 yards. I generally don't hit my 3-wood 200 yards. So the takeaway from this is I'm a club addict. I've bought into the hype that new clubs are always better, so I'll take, I'll trade in a good set of irons just to get the latest tech. So I'm going to quit doing that. I'm going to quit being a club tech addict. All right. Well, that's about it on this after action report. I thought putting was my problem, and I went up, asked the head pro at Valley View. I think he's played on the tour. Pete Stone. Anyway, I asked him who teaches putting well. He gave me the name, and then he said, but you can train yourself. He said you can go get a chalk line, put a chalk line on, the green, and practice putting up that chalk line. Now, I used to do that, but I quit doing it because my chalk line failed. I bought a cheap Stanley one, and that didn't work. So anyway, that's my report. I'll let you know if I squeeze in a practice round and a round of golf on Thursday. But with this rain, I don't think Thursday's looking good. It's supposed to storm all the way through to the weekend. All right. Talk at you later. Bye.